Oh, God, He is good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
The heat is on.
Yes.
And if you haven't noticed, it's got a little hot in here.
All right. Yes,
Yes, yes, it has.
Preach on.
If you would, I'd take some time and I'll be just skipping through some verses, starting with the 16th verse. It says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to the king, O king, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter.
Yes.
If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it.
Yes, he is.
He will rescue us from your hand, O king. But even if he does not, we want you to know.
All right. Okay.
Come on, somebody. Is there anybody with the
All right.
even if he does not spirit?
Yeah.
O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. Now, if you could step to the 26th verse, Nebuchadnezzar then approached the opening blazing furnace and shouted, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out and come here. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisors crowded around them. They saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their heads singed. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants. They trusted in him and defied the king's command, and were willing to worship and were willing to give up their lives rather than to serve or worship any god except their own God. Therefore I decree, and let me tell you, there will be a declaration on today, that the people of God, or people of nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be cut into pieces, and their houses be burnt into piles of rubble, for no other God can save in this way. Now pay attention. It says, then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. And if I could use for a sub-theme, I want to say is the it factor. The it factor. Now, I know some of you may be asking me, well, Pastor, what is the it factor? Let me break it down to you. The it factor is the one thing that stands out. It is the characteristic trait that should stand out within you that stands above anything else.
Great.
It is the one thing that makes you stand out. If you are a basketball player, you will be the best player on the court. If you are a football player, you will be the best football player on the field. It's the it factor. The songwriter said it this way, on Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. I believe Kirk Franklin wrote a song that said, I've been through the fire and I've been through the flood. I've been broken into pieces, seen lightning flashing from above. But I think I like this part. He said, but through it all, through it all, I remember that he loves me and he cares and he will never, oh somebody, he'll never put more on me than I can bear. And I would like to pose a question for us. Can you withstand the test of time?
Can you?
See, we have to understand that the fiery furnace is a representation of the trials and tribulations, the test that the three Hebrew boys had to go through. And if you look at the text, when the king summons them, he said, I see that you have not been doing what everybody else is doing. You have not been worshiping this idol that I have set. So I'm going to give you one chance and one chance only to follow protocol.
All right.
Right.
One more time.
Come on, obey God. Let him use you.
I'm going to give you, let me put it in today's terms. I'm going to give you one chance to be a homosexual. I'm going to give you one chance to be like the people on reality TV and act foolish. I am going to give you one chance to listen to the money that talks about women, cars, and girls, or sex. Let's put it that way, since we all.
Oh, snap.
But I'm going to give you one chance to do this, and if you don't, I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Yes, sir.
But if we take the attitude of the three Hebrew boys, they said, I'm sorry, sir. I understand that you're a king and that you made this decree, but the God that I serve, he's too good for me to fall into the trap that he has set.
Yes, Lord.
So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I just can't do it. You're going to have to just put me in the fire and furnace. And I can hear Esther say, well, if I perish, then I perish.
Yes, Lord.
So we have to withstand the test of time. We have to be the servants of God, the people of God, who will make a stance and say, I am not going to give in to the temptations of the world, but I'm going to show you a God that is holy and who is righteous. And he saved me from when I was in the pit, when I was going through my tests and trials. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Amen. Come on, let him use you.
Something else that God showed me is that when the Hebrew boys made this statement that they will not serve the king or the idols that he set, God simply told me that it was them who put him on notice.
That's right. That's right.
Preach now.
And let me ask you, are you crazy enough to stand the test of time and to say, God, I know that you will rescue and save me from my present situation, but even if you don't, it's okay. But I'm just going to tell you, I'm putting you on notice to come see about me.
All right.
Thank you, Lord.
Is there anybody in here that put God on notice that said, listen, I've been going through a couple of things in the past few days and the past few years in my life, and I just need you to come show up. And I need you to come see about me. My family's acting up. My friends, they left me. My job is acting funny, and I just need somebody to come see about me. And God, I just want you to know that I'm putting you on notice to come see about me. Come check on me.
Yes.
And as we see, the king threw them into the furnace, and as the preacher said, it was not 1, 2, or 3 people that, but it was, and he said, this looks like the son of the gods. And it says that as they called him out, nothing about them changed. Nothing about their present condition changed. And I'm going to tell you this, that when you are standing as a child of God, when you stand on righteousness, this kind of favor looks good on you. Do you have this kind of favor? Is your faith contagious that it would cause the enemy to change his perception? It would cause the enemy to praise your God and to give up the things that he was caught in, the things that he tried to catch you into. But you have the kind of faith that said, I'll stand even if I have to stand alone.
Yes, yes.
I'll stand even if it means I have to die. I'll stand even if it means that I have to neglect the very things that I love. I'll stand
That's right.
Yes.
because I have favor.
All right.
I'll stand because God has been just that good to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, we have to understand
We have to.
that God promotes the faithful, not
Right.
the faithless.
That's it. That's it.
Come on.
Yes.